Thank you for watching tiny update video. You know, if you have watched the previous video, that I've been waiting 4 months to get some bumpers in, and that's been kind of delaying the entire project. So what you see over here is all the parts that I either purchased or made in order to do the final mock-up before putty, primer and then paint of my Kahn Defender. I'm building a Kahn Defender rather than a regular Land Rover Defender, just because I wanted to look a bit more butch. So I made some thicker fenders, front and back, all corners. Also made a hood scoop, or hood scoop is not really a scoop, it's more like a bulge. I can imagine that you would find this on a turbo diesel or something. Haven't looked into it, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it's for. Also cut out the grill section over here. If you have a look in the playlist, you can see what kind of work I did so far. Still bad at muting my stuff, so sorry for that. I made some different headlight surroundings, different grill. I also I'm going to put in this radiator. It's not like you will ever see it. It's just when the sun hits it at a certain angle, and when you have the see-through through the mesh of the custom grill that I made, that I don't want it to be a gap. And the thing is, with a hard body or with styrene building, you can get as intricate as you want. So I spent a lot of time just looking at the car, drinking a coffee, coming up with new ideas and making them. It doesn't have to be a 100% scale replica. You can also go ahead and execute some of your own ideas, because after all, it's your project. So with your own truck, you can do whatever you want. So I made, for example, I made this, well, let's call it a backpack. This is not something that you would find on an existing car, I think. But I wanted to have something that I could put a cool box on, or a cooler. I don't know, we in Holland we call this a cool box, but I'm pretty sure in English it's called a cooler. But I wanted to have that part sort of exposed on the outside. This is a Proline accessory, goes really well with the car, gives it a bit more of an adventurous feel. At least I always want to have a cool drink when I'm out for a drive. So I put that over here. Then I needed to take off the spare wheel mount on the back, because it kind of got in the way with that new Survivor rear bumper. So I took that thing off, and then in order to put that wheel a tiny bit higher, I needed to make something anyway. And that's kind of when I got the idea to make that backpack. In a minute I will show you what it looks like when it's mocked up, when it's mounted up. I also made this ladder because I got that ARB roof rack, and it would of course be nice if in a real life situation you would be able to get on the roof and actually get stuff in and out of that roof rack. I might even put a box on top, one of these Proline boxes. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. So I'll just go and have a look once I'm building it up finally, and once I get a good feel of what the car will look like with the paint completed. For now I've mounted the fenders. I did that with some different glue that I got. It's not really glue, it's more of a solvent. It's called Plastruct Bondine. I will put a link in the description box below. Having a really hard time finding it in Europe. It's impossible, so I had it imported. If customs are watching this, I'm pretty sure that that's illegal, but I'm sorry, you know, I just needed it. So that's what I mounted the fenders with. It's a rock solid connection, because it kind of welds the plastic and the styrene together, so you get a super solid connection that's as strong as the plastic itself. For the interior, you have seen me cut out the rear seats. I took the backrests from the front seats, I took those off, and I made a few, well, sort of boxes. I ordered some diamond plate from RC4WD, which I cut using some tin snips, folded it into a few angles that I needed to have. Here, for example, for the front footwells, I made 2 parts that just fit in like well, kind of like a glove. You know, if you take your time to bend this stuff, it bends rather easy. You will be able to make, well, really good custom shapes with it. So that all slots into place, still needs to be glued, but first I want to give the interior a coat of primer and a coat of paint. I still need to finish up the dashboard, so there's a few things left to do. Got 4 bucket seats like you would find in an actual Kahn Defender, rather than the stock seats that came with the car. I instantly got rid of the 4 seats in the back just because that wasn't the setup that I was going for. So what I want to have is 4 bucket seats in there, and those Wraith seats from AXial, they're perfect for the job. They're kind of heavy, but they're really detailed, and well, to put those in is well, I thought a good idea to make it actually look like that Kahn Defender. Apart from the backpack and that ladder, I also made this internal roll cage, just because I wanted to have some room to hang a few accessories on the inside as well, that you will be able to see through the side windows. So that's also a part that I prepped so far. I'm going to attach that to the body rather than to the interior, but we'll get to that in a moment. I'll show you what I mean with that. I also have some Arches RC diamond plate stuff for the hood, some for the sides and some for the back. So that will give it a really nice detailed and super scale look. If you look at the diamond plate that Arches makes compared to what RC4WD makes, for example, it is so much more detailed. It's just well, the detail level is off the scale. This is actual diamond plate. The pattern of it is 100% accurate. This is laser cut stainless steel, where I don't really know what RC4WD uses for their diamond plate, but this was really easy to work with and really easy to bend, so for the interior this was perfect. So there are a few options out there if you want to add diamond plate to your car, but I reckon for the outside, just because that's also so apparent, the Arches RC stuff is the way to go. I will be doing a quick mock-up just to show you what I've done so far. And I will start by sliding in that internal roll cage that I made. What I wanted to do, and I hope that the car is fully in the frame, what I wanted to do is sort of mimic the bars that RC4WD used for the ARB roof rack. So mimic that thickness, just because I thought the truck was a bit heavy in front, not just literally, but also to look at. And right now with those bars in the back, it adds a tiny bit of weight, makes it look, I think, a bit more balanced. Still need to figure out a way to actually put that in place, but I'm pretty sure that I will come up with something. And that is going to be covered up by that grill that you've seen me make. All of this still needs to be fine sanded. I need to put the putty and the primer on. It needs to be put in place so accurately. I will try and show you that backpack and where that's going to sit, but I think it adds a nice bit of detail and some nice opportunity to install some extra scale goodies, because that's for me also what it's about. Now if I put the roof rack where it is supposed to be, like so, and then that spare wheel is going to sit right underneath that cooler. For the snorkel, I really couldn't find anything that was my taste, because they all go to the side over there. So with me adding those fenders, it would push it out too far to the side. And what I came up with is this. And I kind of wanted to replicate that line that I got going on over here as well. So if I get some tape real quick. The cool thing with styrene is, if you can't find accessories that are your taste or that have the look that you want to have, then you can just make your own. Then I came across these. These are, I think a lot of people actually use these. These are Wraith corbeau licensed seats. On further inspection with the exterior also being in place, I thought that might even be better to just put them on top of this, just to have a bit more of an exposed driver figure as well afterward. Then what I did is I cut up my RC4WD diamond plate. So I made some footwells, which just slot into place like so. This is the footwell for the rear seats. I still want to make a new center console, with cup holders, I think, and I want to make a center console for the rear seats as well. But that's something that I still need to work on and that I still need to figure out, as well as finishing up the dashboard. Made a tiny bit of a start here, then I got kind of sidetracked with a few other projects, so this still needs to be finished up. I want to sand out this wood grain bit that is in the door cards, or at least putty it over so it's completely smooth, because this is not really a look that I like for this car. I want to put a sheet of styrene in the bottom over here first before I fix this into place. Then I made these covers for the seats. I can just press them over the existing seats like that. I need to drill holes in the diamond plate and in the plastic to make sure that I can fix them to that bottom plate. I'm even toying around with, and this is a really rough cut, with making floor mats, just to give it a bit of a less chilled look. Then I have this Proline accessory box. So I'm planning on fixing this behind the rear seats. It fits pretty snug, and I get rid of all those jagged edges. And then of course the dashboard, which will go right there. And I'm thinking I'm going for a bright color for the interior. Kahn is known for putting some pretty daring colors in their interiors. So I'm thinking that I'm going for a red and a black. And then everything mocked up together, you will get something that looks sort of like this. I hope everything will stay on. Something like that. Well, that concludes the update video so far. I think there's not much more to tell. I've got a whole lot of stuff to do. Lots of sanding, lots of primer, lots of thinking as well, because I need to come up with a cool paint scheme. Not going for anything too wild, because I don't think that this car needs a whole lot for it to stand out in a crowd. So far I'm really enjoying this build, and I hope that you are enjoying watching me build it. If you do, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions on any of the parts used, I put all of the parts numbers in the description box below. If you have any questions about it, or just want to shoot me a message, leave me a comment in the comments box and I will try to reply to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. That's very much appreciated. And if you want to be a tiny bit ahead of what's going on over here, check out my Facebook page, HemiStorm Products. There's a link in the description box below, and it would be really cool to see you around over there as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back to having fun and putting on my gas mask for the paint, because I'll be shooting a whole lot of cans of primer on this thing in the next few days. Lots of sanding, and I'm really looking forward to it. Take care, bye bye.